riders will take to the south of Portugal for a couple of days of testing as they look to put the finishing touches on their 2023 packages. The Portimao test kicks off on Saturday, March 11th, and here's a rundown of the homework still pending on the grid. Honda have plenty to figure out ahead of the new season, with team manager Alberto Puig admitting as much during the Sepang test.
Clearly we are not there yet where we want to be, and that's why the process is still ongoing, and this is what we do. We have to keep on trying solutions that we have because we have many ideas.
Despite all the work that lies ahead, they have found improvements during the off-season, the biggest of which is Marc Marquez having found a better feeling with the front end of the new bike. The 8-time world champion is targeting full fitness in Portimao 2, with the number 93 previously claiming he would be back to 100% during March. For Joan Mir, the 2020 world champion will gain invaluable time aboard the RC213V as he aims to form a formidable partnership with Marquez inside the HRC garage. Over at LCR, Alex Rins will continue his learning experience on the Honda machine, with Taka Nakagami providing an experienced hand in testing new parts. Ducati very much picked up from where they left off, with reigning world champion Pecco Bagnaia striking a confident tone after 3 days in Malaysia. The Italian will look to continue in the same vein in Portimao, but the form of some of his Ducati counterparts, particularly that of Enea Bastianini, Luca Marini and Marco Bezzecchi, has given him cause for concern.
They are very competitive and they have the best bike of last year, so for sure will be tough like last year with Enea.
In the case of Bastianini, he believes he still can get plenty more out of the GP23.
Yeah, the potential of the old bike, it's on the limit now. This one we have to explore. For the moment I think we are in the 70%, 75%.
Marini, who is chasing a testing hat-trick, was also one of a select few to complete a sprint simulation in Sepang, which he seemed very content with.
We try everything that we have in the program, and the sprint race simulation went very well. I'm really satisfied about the feeling in these 10 laps.
From a development standpoint, Ducati need to make a decision on their aero and whether to go for the downwash ducts or the bigger side fairings. Davide Tardozzi also mentioned that Bagnaia felt his bike still had one major issue to resolve.
Some good points on the 2023, but still some mainly one weak point compared to the 2022 that we must work on it. And he was just a small time in Portimao. I want it to be fixed.
Over at Yamaha, and there is some concern after neither of their riders placed inside the top 15 times of the Sepang test. 2021 world champion Fabio Quartararo didn't mince his words as M1 struggled on new tyres.
New tyres is a disaster. I mean, we have no idea why we are so far. I mean, we tried the time attack. That's the biggest problem.
The good news is that the new engine has brought them the top speed they have been looking for, and the performance on all tyres saw them produce a good pace. The lack of a strong lap time is a glaring issue for the Iwata factory, but they do have 2 days to try and rectify it in the south of Portugal, as well as make other key decisions in regard to the chassis and swing arm. Aprilia are keen to remind everybody that 2022 was no flash in the pan, and it seems they have made another step forward this season.
Look like the Ducati riders are still a little bit stronger on the pace than us, but we are not that far, and our rivals of the other manufacturers are not super. They didn't really improve so much.
I'm really pleased about the work Aprilia did in the winter. Honestly, I feel the bike much more suitable for my riding style.
The big thing to look out for Aprilia and Portimao is the 2023 engine, which will help them settle on a bike spec for the upcoming campaign. At RNF, Miguel Oliveira returns to his home circus in Aprilia colours for the first time and will be hopeful of a positive showing, as will Raul Fernandez, who has settled into his new home quickly after a difficult debut year in MotoGP.
I am really happy because I start to enjoy again on the bike. In 2021 I don't enjoy like now on the bike.
Sepang proved a bit of a reality check for KTM, with team manager Francesco Guidotti admitting that perhaps expectations were too high.
We are pretty happy, but not completely. So as I said, the expectation was a little bit too high maybe. We have to work a lot in the next days.
Portimao may suit them better, and they are still evaluating some things on the RC16. Interestingly, they ran both downwash ducts and ground effect side fairings at the same time in Sepang, which is unusual, while the chassis is something they also seem to be focusing on. There are also still some question marks about the new engine, so we imagine that there will be a closer inspection of that across the 2 days. In the gas box, both Paul Espargaro and the class's only rookie Augusto Fernandez will be looking forward to spending more time on the bike as they adjust to the demands of the RC16. Not many riders tried a sprint simulation last time out, but expected to feature much more in the Algarve ahead of round 1. A pivotal 2 days await, and as always, MotoGP.com will be on hand to bring you all the build-up and latest news, as well as expert analysis and exclusive interviews from the circuit. Make sure you tune in then.